Yeah, I don't really have a dedicated space to have everything set up all the time, so I've got to move some stuff around when I do this. Here, you guys can get a sneak peek as to what I am doing, because if you take a look, I have another monitor right here. Ta-da! Let me move that over. And then, oh, I do have to get out of my seat because I put my put my pad, my magic pad over there. And yeah, so for anybody who doesn't believe that it's removable, it is indeed removable. I moved it. It's been moved. Okay. Oh, I should probably switch this. Oh, and I was also going to update the title too. Hang on. Got to do some updates. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm going to change the category to magician. And then we're going to save. All right. I'm going to, let me see. So if I refresh my stream, it should now say Sleight of Hand Sunday instead of. Okay, cool. And I'll do my audio check even though I don't think stream. Anything changed? Okay, yep. Hear myself talking. That's good. Cool. Pause that. I'm gonna open up my own streamer song list for trick list. Okay, and then let's see here. Next, I need to. Was I going to? I was not really going to advertise, but I've been better about doing this. So I'm just going to do this so that maybe in the future I'll get to the habit of it. Okay, cool. 1032. All right, awesome. Okay, now I need to make sure that my magic camera is working. Oh, and I need to turn on like heat map, StreamerSonglist, which is why I didn't. So I had all those turned off earlier. Okay, cool. Here, you should not see anything yet. You should see something now. All right, perfect. Everything's working. Cool. And then we can wait. See here. Doop doop doo. Let me do this. Can you guys see? Ta-da! All right, there we go. Seeker of Weird, welcome in. How's it going? And then, let's see. Okay, before we do anything else, cheating fingers. Putting them on. Hi, Seeker of Weird. How are you? Welcome in. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Anyway, thank you so much for raiding in earlier, eRoom. eRoom, if you would like to request a trick, feel free. I would love to perform something for you and the raiders. If any of you are still here, if anybody's here still from the raid, go ahead and request something, and we will perform it for the raiders. But anyway, I had a busy weekend, and I showed some magic in real life, which was pretty cool. Not a common occurrence. Okay. Now, once again, I do have no background music because it's not just that I like to hear myself talk. I mean, I can't hear myself talk anyway. But I have a lot of friends who are into musicians on Twitch, and so I don't want to have like conflicting music. So if you want to listen to something in addition to me, that's great. If not, no big deal. It is sometimes nice and somber to just have a sultry, deep voice speaking to you. Do I still have the redeem where people can request I say something in an epic voice? Maybe I should add one. Let me see here. Or did I take that away? I don't remember now. Ask me anything. Highlight my message. All right. Well, if anybody wants to hear anything in a deep, sultry voice, you let me know. All right. Eroom is requesting The Restless Lady. That is a great one to warm me up with because I don't know if I remember how to do it. So let's do that one first for Eroom. And then here we go. All right. Cool. Awesome. And then hold on, I'll hop back up here for a second. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. Let's find some cards to perform this trick with. Let's see. How do we want to proceed? I know. We could do this one. And then I want... Let's see. Don't mind me currently setting up for the Restless Lady for our Raiders. I need this one. Okay. And then we need... Man, going from a video game to Magic is kind of all of a sudden jarring. Usually before a Magic stream, I'm having a snack, just chilling out, maybe watching a YouTube video. So. Okay, all right, yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. So here we go. We have a bunch of cards. We have the 6 of clubs, 7 of clubs, the 8 of clubs, the 9 of clubs, and the Queen of Diamonds. Now the Queen of Diamonds is going to be our Restless Lady, but if we want, it can represent Eroom. Eroom, you are a gem, which is what diamonds, right? So you're a gem, the Queen of Diamonds. So as we see, Eroom's over here, and as he goes into a bunch of different people's Twitch communities, and see, I'm already forgetting how to do the trick, but here we go. Let's say here, if we just give him the opportunity to jump into all of the Twitch communities, he will jump into him. So there we have Eroom jumping into all of the Twitch communities. Now, here's the interesting thing. Sometimes you think Eroom goes to bed, and so perhaps he's logged off, not on Twitch. But you just find out later that he was just lurking the entire time because we just give him a chance to hop back into some of those communities. And as you can see, I'm totally messing this up already. But would have looked way more visual if that was clean. There's our Queen of Diamonds, a.k.a. Eroom, hopping back in to all of our Twitch communities. So now, here, we just have a couple of Twitch communities left, but look, if we give Eroom a chance to come back, because, you know, now it's the next day, Eroom's fully rested. So Eroom can now hop back into chat. there Eroom is. And, of course, that's not Eroom, but look, now Eroom can hop back up now, because look, here is Eroom. Now, if you know who to watch out for, you'll see Eroom in everybody's chat after a while, because look, you'll see, look, Eroom is right there, Eroom's over here, there's Eroom, here's another, Eroom's in this person's chat. I know, is that crazy? And in this person's chat. I know, that's super strange. But look, after a while, you take, Eroom's gonna hang out over... Eroom is everywhere! That's right, exactly, Peekaboo draws. So here's the interesting thing. all of these communities slowly accept Eroom after seeing him so many times, and now he's like, Eroom is just a famous chatter in all of these chats. And actually, every time I see Eroom is mostly in one person's chat, and so not only is he in all of these chats, he's also in Chan the Magic Man's chat. See, Chan the Magic Man. So he's no longer just a separate entity. He's just integrated into all of these chats. And so that, my friends, is the trick called the Restless Lady, themed as Eroom hopping into Twitch chats. There we go. Anyway, Eroom, thank you so much for the raid. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully all the raiders enjoyed as well. Also, for any of the raiders that stuck around, thank you kindly for the applause. Bow bun bow bow. Bow bun babo. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. But anyway, thank you so much to all of the raiders who stuck around after the gaming stream. And for anybody who wants to see any more magic, we are populating the queue now with a bunch of tricks. So we're going to see a bunch of tricks. Looks like there's already a ton of stuff there. So we just kind of hit the ground running. Eroom's doing the bow. So I don't speak whatever language that would come from, but my parents spoke Vietnamese. I'm Vietnamese, and so Vietnamese is a tonal language, and so I can imagine it could be like bow 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 bow, and so they're all like different tones of like the same the same thing, but it's like that's kind of like the progression of like the intonation, and potentially all of those mean different things, right? Because tonal languages, it's weird. So I know a couple of words in Vietnamese. So for example, tiền and tiếng, and so in Vietnamese, tiền is money, but tiếng is language, or like nhỏ, nhỏ, and so maybe in English that sounds like the same, but like nhỏ is small, and nhỏ is grape in Vietnamese, and so yeah. Bao's got the lol and Chan's thing. Yeah. Secret weird. My dad was from Vietnam, but he never taught me things, so all I remember are nursery rhymes. That's funny because I don't even know Vietnamese nursery rhymes. So okay, next up we have a request from Chan the Magic Man. I do have to grab my cards for this one, and you know, I think there's been enough time that has passed. So I had an idea for theming this one a long time ago, and I never did it because the pandemic happened. But I think hopefully enough time has passed that it is maybe acceptable or not as offensive if I do that theme today. Well, my grandma used to do nursery rhymes when I was a baby. Ah, okay. Gotcha. So, nhỏ, nhỏ is a small grape. Yes, correct. Eroom, you've got it. You've got to say it correctly tonally, but yeah, so nhỏ, nhỏ is small grape. Exactly. Nice, yeah. Man, I didn't know that when I switched over, we would have a linguistics discussion, which, by the way, I'm super into, like, languages and things. I don't learn enough of them to do anything meaningful, but they fascinate me, and so I do have, like a tangential, interest. Okay, so we have a bunch of cards here. They're all nines of spades. Nine of spades, nine of spades, nine of spades, nine of spades, except for this one. This one's not the nine of spades. This one's a queen of hearts, but then the remainder of the cards are nine of spades, nine of spades, nine of spades, nine of spades. So they're all nines of spades. Vietnamese is hard because of the tones. Yes, any tonal language is going to be extremely difficult for anyone who has not learned a tonal language. So anyway, let's throw all these nines of spades out here. And then here's our queen of hearts. Now, So the theme that I had thought of this, and if anybody had seen me do this themed as Star Trek before, this was the Borg Queen assimilating everybody. But no, this is the host. This is patient 0 that has a disease, and this patient has a weird heart disease. I don't want to say congenital because that means you inherited it, right? So this person has a disease, a heart disease. That's why there's a heart there. And as they interact with each one of these people, they're going to spread. They're going to spread the disease to each one of these people, and we will know because if they look like the 9 of spades, they're healthy. But look, if they look like the Queen of Hearts, they've been infected. And so, yeah. Now these two people are going to hang out with this person, and this person is now going to be in their company for, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes. And that's all that it takes, 10 or 20 minutes. And look, they have become infected as well. I know, is that strange? And look, now we're going to hang out with another person. And that person is going to infect this person. And these people, let's say this is a very relatable holiday gathering for the weekend. Maybe some people had people who graduated, or some people who were celebrating. I mean, it's not quite July 4th yet, but well, we're almost there. And so they're going to hang out and spread that disease, the heart disease. And you know that they have a heart disease is because, look, now they're all queens of hearts. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Same thing over here. Because look, they're going to hang out, and then all of a sudden, everybody has the infection. Everybody has the infection. Alchemutation, welcome in. How's it go? How are you going? How are you doing, Craig? Man, I can't talk English good today. Maybe I can talk Canadian better. That's how's it going? We're in the middle of a trick as requested by Chan the Magic Man, and I'm theming this as a heart disease that is spreading through the population. And but look, that is going to spread, right? And then finally, this is also going to change to spread the heart disease. And then, of course, finally, this one. You'll see that this final... Here we go. Because look. That, my friends, is a trick called Wild Card, themed as spreading a heart disease across a population. I know, that's super, super depressing, but there we have it. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan, E-Room, Peekaboo Draws. Greg, welcome in. How's it going? You have all infected my heart. Oh no, hopefully it's only a good infection. I only want it to spread if it's going to make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, don't spread it. That's kind of like a weird, hey, I want to infect you. No, don't infect me unless it makes me happy. Well, will it make you happy if I infect you? Oh, jeez. Yay, heart disease. Man, never before have I heard those words together. Yay, heart disease. Oh, my God. Thank you for the hearts. Wow. And then, let's see. I hope my love spores spread. Oh, yeah. Oh, I hope my love spores spread. Okay. This is going downhill fast. I mean, gravity. Here, I'll give you this. There you go. Okay. All right. That's because I showed up, says Craig. All right. What is up next? We've got a request from Seeker of Weird, requesting maximum penetration. The card trick. The card trick. In a deep voice. Oh no. Okay. Guys, we have Seeker of Weird requesting maximum penetration. The card trick. The card trick. Peekaboo draws clutches her pearls. This is a good time to hydrate. If you have been sitting around and you haven't hydrated, please hydrate. Okay. Let me find some cards, and then we'll get ready to perform this trick. So I had been doing this trick a specific way earlier. I'm actually thinking about slightly handling this a little bit differently today. So let's hope that goes well. And we'll go from there. Are you saying this is a good time to be wet? Asks Alchemmutation. Look, I'm not saying anything. I've already said enough. I swear, if anybody like clips any of these, and like you could totally just make a good clip, and just it's like, I cannot believe Crazy Asian was so inappropriate. That's so crazy. Like, Alchemmutation says, "Hydrate, everyone," and then Peekaboo draws says, "What?" And then Craig says, "You know what, Craig? You're gonna get. Let me see here. We need to give you the spray. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're gonna get that. This emote. Oh, I just realized. Okay, I forgot. This was really good. Oh man. Okay. No. All right. No. You're not banned. You're just gonna get sprayed. That's it. Different. Getting sprayed and banned are two completely different things. Banned does not make you any more wet. Getting sprayed, I mean, you guys know where that's going. So fair, I deserve that. All right. Okay, here we go. First of all, we have a bunch of cards and we have a card box. Here we have an empty card box. I just want to show you that's empty. And then we have 3 cards over here, and then we've got 2 cards over here, and I just want to show you that these top 2 cards now we have a joker, and then we have another joker, okay? And these 3 cards, we have the ace, the 2, and the 3, and we're going to first start with the ace. And so look, if I place the ace here in between the 2 jokers, okay, here's the interesting thing. This ace is very good at getting out of trouble, or as we shall see, being surrounded by 2 jokers, that could be troublesome. But look, all we have to do is just wait for it. Oh no, hold on. Failure to launch. Wait. Here we go. That ace is going to be able to penetrate through the 2 jokers. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? Okay. Okay, next we're going to be using the 2. So there's the 3. I'm going to place the 2 in between the 2 jokers like this. Okay, and you'll be able to see it clearly in between the 2 jokers, like so. Okay, and once again, I do want to let you know that we are going to, here we go, 1, 2, 3. Second failure to launch, man. You know, maybe a 3rd time's a charm. There we go. So look, that 2 has penetrated through the 2 jokers. Okay, next up, we have the 3. So here's what we're going to do with the 3. This is why I wanted to show you that the card box was empty at this point. And so, look, I'm going to go ahead and place the 3 into the empty card box at this point, okay? All right. Right there. We have the 2 jokers right there. But this 3 is going to hopefully easily be able to penetrate through the card box. Because, look, what we've got here is 1, 2, 3. It is penetrated through the card box. Because, look. And then, of course, the 2 jokers that we had in our hand, this is going to penetrate reality. Because, look, if I press really hard, and I use that phrasing deliberately, really hard on the 2 jokers, we now have 1 card. And it's penetrated reality because it's no longer 2 jokers. It is actually 1, 4 of spades. Communication's like, what? And then finally, as everybody knows, yeah, there's not too many shenanigans in card magic. So you saw me put a card in there, and everybody's like, okay, the Joker must be in there. So to that point, I will say, yeah, you're correct. There is a card in here, but it's probably not the card you want. And then this is where it's going to penetrate your mind, because this is not a Joker. Because look, it's going to penetrate your mind because look, it is now the 5 of spades. And that, my friends, is maximum penetration. The card trick, the card trick. Have to specify it all the time. Anyway, thank you so much for that request, Seeker of Weird. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Seeker of Weird, Bow, Peekaboo Draws. Thank you so much. Okay, so for anybody who's seen that trick, again, actually, this would really only be relevant to the magician. So, Chan, if you've seen me do that trick before, I did one subtle thing that was slightly different in this trick than I normally do, and it worked out better. So I think I'm going to do it this way from now on forever, because it worked out very well. Alchemmutation says, I clapped using brain slaps. Okay, how does that look in real life? Like this? Like, is that how it looks? Yeah. Nice, says Chan. 100%. All right. By the way, nobody clipped that. This. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats. I'm going to have to use regular bicycle decks for this. Sorry, regular bicycle deck for this. Shh. That might have given something away, but hopefully it's okay. Alright, let's see. How do we proceed with this trick? I'm trying to remember the best way to proceed. There we go. Lol says Chan, yes. So, I have a spreadsheet that kind of tells me all of the things I need to know and do for specific tricks that I've learned, and I have a couple of things like the name of the trick, who made it, like how I learned it, and then like the basic ingredients of like how to do a trick, and it's like oftentimes it's like a deck of cards or like 2 decks of cards, right? Or like 2 decks of cards with different backs or something. And then there's like some other ones where it's like, how do I set up the trick and blah 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 blah. But oftentimes I don't need to know exactly what to start with. If I have 2 decks of cards or something, then I know I can do a trick or something. But sometimes it requires a little bit of setup, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, so this trick is going to require that we start like this. Okay, all right. So first things first, we have a deck. What we can do is apply some shuffles like that. We can even cut it a couple of times. And then what we're going to need is a card selected. And so, look, I'm going to go ahead and spread. And if anybody wants to select a card, I'm not sure if Charlie, you are there. If you would like to select a card, you can click directly on the screen. It'll put a heat map directly on the card, and hopefully that will be uncontested. But if there's multiple heat maps, we'll do a vote off to break the tie. And so go ahead and, if you're on desktop, click directly on the screen, and somebody is giving me one on my head. So I don't want to turn it off now just in case somebody... Oh, we got two up there. Oh, we got one right there. Okay, all right. There we go. Okay. All right, that was not me. Are you saying that was not you, the card, or that was not you up here? Because those mean two different things. That's like saying, that's like you sending your friend over to kick somebody else in the balls and saying, that was not me. Oh, jeez. All right. Okay, so we'll go with this one. In the interim, let me eat all these heat maps here. Delicious. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave that card out for a second. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn my head away. Close my eyes, turning my head away. I'm going to flip this on camera. All right, this will be your chance to remember the card, look at it, remember it. And then I'm going to turn it back face down. Hopefully that was enough time for people to get it. I'll confirm in chat. Did somebody in chat get that? Just double checking before we lose it. Okay, Peekaboo Draw's got it. All right. E-Room's got it. All right, excellent. We have multiple people that got it. You know Peekaboo and E-Room and Bao? You all got it. Yeah. I'm not talking about the card. You know what I'm talking about. You got it. All right. Lol, says Chad. I've lost it, but I remember that card. All right. Alchemmutation remembers the card. But Alchemmutation did not say he got it. So give it back, E-Room. I didn't got it. Oh, I'm so, there's enough of it to go around. Wink. But you just had to have gotten it. All right. Anyway, here we're gonna go ahead and we can put the card back in the middle of the deck like this. Okay. So here we go. I don't know if you know. E-Room's probably not gonna give it back. I don't know, E-Room. Are you good at giving it? Are you? Don't actually answer that. I mean, it depends on what it is, right? It's like, man, I make really good cheese sandwiches. It's like, yeah, I'm really good at giving cheese sandwiches. Like, I don't know. All right, I missed it. Oh, all right. So here we go. I gave it to Lucky Girl. All right, says E-Room. Okay, here we go. The magic will occur. The magic is seething through my body. And here we have... Oh, wait. It's very subtle because I didn't spread it well enough. Man. But look, if I spread it a little bit better... There's one card that is oddly colored. So, this is a good time. Go ahead and tell me and chat, for those of us who don't know what it is. Go ahead and tell us what the card is. and then hopefully you all be amazed when I show this. That's the hope. And then if you're not amazed, then I'm sorry, because then I messed up the trick. 9 of Hearts says Alchemmutation. All right. 9 of Hearts says E-Room. Therefore, it must be the 9 of Hearts. By the way, if you guys are trolling me, this would be one of the hardest trolls ever. But look, here. We're going to show you the red backed card is indeed the 9 of hearts. LOL, says Alchemmutation. Alright, so 9 of hearts. Alright, so not only can we do that trick once, but we can do it again. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and have Eru, we're going to troll him next time. Oh my god, I'm going to need more people in chat to name the card. Okay. Alright. Hold on, you guys just saw that, right? So here was okay. Okay. Important question. We're gonna need another card selected. So somebody who wants to click on the screen that is on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen, and maybe one of these cards will be the selected card. Okay, we've got this one. All right, I'm gonna go with this one just because it is that. And so normally I would say, hey, would anybody like to? Man, we've got a couple. All right. Well, too late. Okay, we're gonna go with whatever. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what this card is. I'm gonna close my eyes, and then I'm gonna turn my head away, and I'm gonna show you. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you guys can see that. Actually, I designed this so that I could lift, show it like that. Okay, hopefully somebody remembers that. Hopefully that was enough time, and hopefully there's not too much glare. This would be awkward if, like, I happen to make it exactly glare at the camera. Okay, I'm gonna turn that back down. Okay, I'm gonna open my eyes, turn my head back. Okay, we got Chan that's got it. We got Craig's got it. All right, excellent. Got him right between the eyes. Oh, man, you're okay. Here we go. I'm gonna eat this. Delicious. Okay, so now I'm gonna lose the card. Okay, so now we're gonna try and make that card. Stole it, says Peekaboo Draws. Ooh, guys, you're gonna take that. You can take that from Peekaboo. Peekaboo stole it. Peekaboo stole it back from you. Okay, so now here we're gonna make your card turn red. Do you believe that did anything? You don't have to believe. I'm not a religion. I don't need believers. I just want to show you a magic trick. Like, okay, but here, look, I'm gonna spread the cards. I'm gonna spread the cards, and hopefully, do we? It'd be super cool if it was like that one because I didn't spread that one perfectly well. Charlie Speed's got the Jarrock sus. Wait, this isn't a cult Alchemmutation. I'm sorry to report. This is not a cult. Guys, if you're not following our friend Alchemmutation, we worship Bob, the demon over there. Arguably a cult. So if you're looking for a cult, please give Alchemmutation a follow. Thanks for getting out the shout out, Chen. So here, and I've rated in here so many times. Yes. Alchemmutation is, I believe, still the #1 rater to this stream. So, I think you've rated in here over 20 times. It is kind of, and nobody else is close. I think the next closest person is like 4, maybe 5. So, but anyway, we're looking for the other red-backed card. Hopefully, we haven't had too much time for people to forget what it is. Okay, did I mess this up? This would be horrible. Okay. Alright, guys. I'm not seeing it, so I'm going to bring out the true magical talent of the stream to help me out here. We have our friend, the deck sock. I have no magical powers. The deck sock has it all. I only wish I could have a fraction of the magical power that the deck sock has. Deck sock, I know, right? And so, alright, deck sock, tell me what to do. Just ask the audience what the card was. Okay. Hey guys, the deck sock is telling me to ask you what the card was. What was the card? I don't know how how this is going to resolve, but go ahead and tell me. Deck sock breakdown. The 4 of hearts. Chan the Magic Man says 4 of hearts. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm waiting to hear from somebody else. If they agree, I'm wondering if they're in collusion to troll me, or if this is actually the card. Five of spades says alchemy mutation. Okay, okay, hold on. Hold on. I need a corroborator. What is the card? No, it was a four of hearts. Okay, okay, oh, okay. All right. Craig is fessing up. It was a four of hearts. And you know what? The deck sock whispers to me. I mean, in the figurative, magical way, not the literal. I hear a voice in my head. That's the deck sock. But I heard from the deck sock, like magical, figurative kind of way. Don't send me to an asylum. That it was indeed the four of hearts. Okay, so turns out I was the troll all along. Says Alchemy Mutation. Charlie's Beats at the lull. Okay, now the deck sock's telling me to flip over the nine of hearts, but that's just the nine of hearts. How's that gonna be impressed? Oh, okay. Well, guys, the deck sock has fixed the trick for me. So here it is, the four of hearts. There it is. Alchemy Mutation says, "Come on!" Chan says, "Ooh." Actually, Chan, is that like a ooh, like I'm excited, or is that a ooh? You're a ghost, like ooh. Thank you kindly for the claps, Chan the Magic Man, Alchemy Mutation, Bow, Charlie's Beats, Peekaboo Draws for the ooh, excited, excited ooh. Okay, got it. What happened last night? Oh, excited ooh. What does that even mean? Excited ooh. Brings new meaning to when you try and make the monkey sound. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Which is funny because yesterday. So, oh yeah, it's probably a good time to slightly update on the weekend. So yesterday I went to a friend's picnic, and it was a picnic because they were celebrating their kid's first birthday, and so our family went over, and they had it be like a wild jungle theme. So there was like masks of a bunch of different animals, like lion, giraffe, monkey. There's like temporary tattoos of like snakes and elephants and tigers. But my kid chose the monkey mask and wanted the monkey tattoo, and I was like, clearly she likes monkeys. So, segue. I have monkey on the mind. Is that euphemistic for anything? I don't want to accidentally use that phrase and have it already mean something, and that's not. All right. Next up, we have a request for Chan for Trading Kings. Oh, Chan's also reminded YouTube updated now. Oh yeah. Hey guys, I have done something with my YouTube. So first of all, this is probably a good time for a shameless plug. If you want to see more magic tricks, go check me out on YouTube because I have almost 300 magic performance videos up. And also all the streams that I have that fall off of retention end up over there. But I've done something new recently. So I've put them all in a playlist and I've unlisted them. So for the purposes of trying to get, I guess, better user friendliness, people arriving onto my my videos page, because it was like half Twitch streams that were like 2 hours long and then half like magic tricks. A lot of people that I know that find my channel, they just want to see more magic tricks, and so I basically delisted almost all of them. I just left a few of the recent ones for right now. But I think after Monday, I'm going to delist everything, maybe except for like one Twitch stream, and then I'm going to delist them over time. But it's still going to be publicly accessible because the playlist is public, but all the videos in it are unlisted. And then all of the magic tricks I have are going to be just openly available. Craig says, everything is euphemistic. I have no words for that. This is everything is euphemistic. YouTube is boring. Do more magic, JK. I mean, to be fair, to some people, YouTube is boring. I've just been on YouTube. So, for anybody who didn't know, I've been on YouTube for a very long time. I was looking at the thing on YouTube, and it's like, my first video that I posted on YouTube was published 17 years ago. So I've been on YouTube for 17 years. I'm an old man on YouTube. Although the newest demographic of youngsters aren't really on YouTube. They're on TikTok, so I mean, I'm not really appealing to them anyway. But yeah, so the biggest thing is that I think I want to switch over my channel. I'm starting a spreadsheet to track all of the performances, because I had a spreadsheet of the tricks that I knew and I did, but it's for learning and not for referencing what I've done on YouTube, and so I need to make that. Because I tried downloading it and it downloaded all of the videos. I'm like, I don't have enough space on my computer for all of this. Anyway, yeah. Ah, you are an aging millennial. Alchemmutation. Let me give you something else. Alchemmutation. No, by something else I mean the same thing. How dare you call me an aging millennial? Alchemmutation. I'm trying to think of some epic anime thing to say. So it's like, Alchemmutation. You killed my father. Prepare to. No, it's not anime. That's just a movie. All right. Okay. All right. Next trick we have is Trading Kings, as requested by Chan the Magic Man. And I'm going to need a couple of volunteers. Chan, if you would like to volunteer because you requested the trick, you are welcome to. And then we need one other person to volunteer as well. So first things first, I've got a couple of packets. Alchemmutation says, I have also been on YouTube for a long time. That's why I like Twitch so much. I've gotten so many more viewers here. Me. All right, cool. So Chan and Alchemmutation. All right. Chan, why don't you select a black suit, and Alchemmutation select a red suit. So Chan, you'd be choosing either a spade or clubs, and then Alchemmutation, you'd be choosing hearts or diamonds. Go ahead, once you confirm that, hang on to it for a second, and I will tell you when to share it with chat in a moment. So look, if I show you, I've got 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and these cards are different from a different deck than these cards, because look, these are blue backed, those are red backed. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can tell from the name of the trick, Trading Kings, they're all kings. All right, so now go ahead and tell me in chat what they are. So, let's see. Chan has said spades. All right, excellent. So now we have the black suit, and now if we can get a red suit from Craig, go ahead and tell me what the red suit will be. Diamonds. Okay, so here we go. Spades, diamonds, one finger. We're going to turn the spades up over here. And then we're going to turn the diamonds up over here. Because look, we've turned them face up. Spades and diamonds. Now, we did not plan this, and this, you got Andrew Ward, thank you so much for the applause. Alchemmutation says, come on! Alright, that's okay. For anybody who's not seen this trick has another punch. So that was just the first punch where I turned them face up. The second punch is happening right now because, would you believe, not only did I turn them face up, but I actually swapped them in the pile. So like, this King of Spades is actually blue backed, and this King of Diamonds is actually red backed. If you don't believe me, that's okay. Take a look. Because like, I'm going to grab this here, and that's the blue backed. And then we're going to grab this here. This is actually, show you, the red backed. And that's the second punch. Oh snap, more punches, says Andrew Ward. Yeah, thank you so much for the applause, Andrew Ward. Mind blown! Okay, alright. So, now, as I said, I did lie a little bit at the beginning of the trick. And by the way, if you guys weren't expecting the uppercut, which is the third punch, it's usually a jab, a straight punch, and then an uppercut. Here's the uppercut. those were the only things you guys could have chosen, because I did lie a little bit and I said these were all kings. These are actually not kings. If I show you, these actually are all blank. There's actually no other kings here. And that, my friends, is Trading Kings. Uppercut. Bam. All right. Thank you for the mind blown, Andrew Ward. Thank you for the what and the mind blown bow and and the what, says Chan. Punch out selected uppercut. Right. Thanks for the claps, E-Room, and thanks for cleaning that, Chan. Let's see. Thank you for the claps, Bow and Chan. All right. Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen that trick before, that's like one of my favorite tricks as far as like the impact of a trick, because it's the, as I was talking about, the 1, 2, 3. Okay. Woo. All right. Alka Mutation, thank you so much for the bits. You totally did not have to. Greatly appreciate it. You gave me 3 bits. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you kindly, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Alright. So, let's see here. Okay, once again, if you've been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, please hydrate. It's a good time to hydrate. Wet that whistle. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have a trick requested by Charlie's Beats. I haven't, at least I don't think I've done this in a while, or at least if I have, it doesn't feel like I've done it too often lately, so this will be a good practice one. Allow me to prepare. Allow me to prepare. Alright, and then we have after that Traveling Man. Okay. Hang on, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some due diligence for future trick preparation. You know what? We'll do Traveling Woman instead for the next trick. Because that will be easier, I think, for... I literally just found all the queens together, so that'll make life easier. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm set up for the next 2 tricks. And let's see here. Alright, so for this trick, I can use the Twitch deck. Alright, here we go. So I've set aside the 4 jacks, and the 4 jacks are going to help us here. We have the Jack of Clubs, the Jack of Diamonds, the Jack of Spades, and the Jack of Hearts. Now, what I want to do with these jacks is something interesting. Some people think that with the 1, 2, 3, 4 jacks, if I was to turn 2 of them face up and keep 2 of them face down like this, when I close them up and turn them face down, if I was to count through the cards right now, you would see 2 face up and 2 face down. That's intuitively correct, but if I was to just snap, when I count through these cards, you're going to see that all of the cards are face down. I know, it's super weird, but look, this 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, one of the rules of magic is you don't repeat the same trick that you just did. So we're going to break that rule, because I'm going to do that exactly again. So Here we go. So if you missed it the first time, here it is. 2 jacks face up, 2 jacks face down. I almost said kings because normally I use the kings for this, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just using the same 4 face cards. So look. My apologies, I could not stop that cough. But look, all the cards are now face down. I mean, misdirection! Free misdirection from my throat. That sounds so wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at this point, we can proceed to the next phase. Or, if we want to just break the rule again, just for shiggles. You know what? I never break the rule again, so let's break the rule one more time. Look, 2 jacks face up, 2 jacks face down. If I close that up, face down, we've broken that. E-Room, I'm so sorry. I saw that you requested clear plastic cards a long time ago, and we did not do that. My apologies. We can, okay, I'll address that after this trick. Shiggles is my favorite portmanteau, says Craig. Look, they're all face down. Super weird. But look. If I hold the packet and give it a twist. The twisting tricks are normally like twisting the aces. And also Charlie requested this, so normally I would like to use the card that people who request the trick, if possible. And Charlie assigned one of the aces, so look, if I show you, we have one of the aces. Ace of Hearts. And if we hold the packet and give it another twist, King has turned into another ace. Ace of Clubs. And of course, if we twist it around 2 more times, all of those cards are going to change. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's our Ace of Spades signed by Charlie's Beats. And here's the thing. Some people wonder where the kings are, and if you were here, I could hand out all 4 of these aces, and you can just take a look. And that, my friends, is hallucination. Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the request. Okay, alright. My apologies, I did not see the clear plastic cards earlier. My fault. Sorry. Okay, so I can't do the next trick with clear plastic cards. So, Iro, if you would like to request something else, or if you want to just put in a magician's choice, then I can do that for clear plastic cards. But for the next one, I won't be able to. Or if you just want your points back, that's up to you. We can do that as well. Your call. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Bow, Charlie. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Okay, so next trick we have is just pick a trick that will work with them. Okay, sounds good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put in. Oh no, my streamer song list is not loading. Okay, there we go. Choice. E-Room. Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Cool. Alright. So next up we have a request from Chan the Magic Man called for Traveling Man. So this is somewhat similar to Trading Kings, but I'm going to be theming this one a little bit differently. So we have 4 blue backed cards, 4 red backed cards, And importantly, they are actually, so I said I was going to theme this traveling woman, and so these are actually all of the queens. Important to note that they're in the same sequence as the other side. So we have club, diamond, spade, and heart. So, Chan, if you would like to select a suit, that will be our woman that ends up traveling. I think I was able to mute during that time, so I did not cough into your ears. My apologies for anybody whose ears were affected by my previous coughs. Oh, you know what I'm going to pick. All right, so Chan says, I know what he's going to pick, and I think he's going to pick clubs because that's that's what Chan would pick. Is that correct, Chan, that you would name clubs? So the Queen of Clubs will be doing the traveling. Chan confirms with his own emote, the Queen of Clubs. Coughing has made me unfollow. Alchemutation. I don't blame you, man. Coughing is very disgusting. I'm so sorry. E-Room also has the Chan Queen of Clubs. There you go. All right. So here we have the Queen of Clubs. And what we're going to do is I just want you to note that it is third from the top when I flip it over, okay? So we're just going to square this up. And what we have here is a situation in which we have the blue back cards, the red back cards. But if I snap, I've actually just made the Queen of Clubs jump from each pile into the other pile. I know, that's really hard to believe, but look. If I show you here, we have this. That's the third one. That's red backed now. And if I show you, I hope you recover it quickly, man. Oh, thanks. I will recover from the unfollow quickly. Yeah, that's the Queen of Clubs. And so that has done some traveling. And then next we have over here. Look. I meant the cough. Thank you kindly. I think I knew that's what you meant, but I figured that was a good opportunity to troll you. And now take a look. This blue back card is actually the Queen of Clubs. So this is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and correct each one of these piles. So there we go. So now all the cards in here are all blue. 2, 3, 4. And then over here, red. 1, 2, 3, 4. But what we're going to do now is once again snap to kick the Queen of Clubs into the opposite pile. I don't know if you saw that. And to be fair, if you were here in person, you would have seen the exact same thing. However, I understand that the streaming of Twitch, you know, frame rate 20 frames per second, probably in my favor, but that's okay. Here, one finger, here we go. Look, and then over here, look. And if I show you, the cards that are in the opposite pile are indeed... Camera trickery, says Alchemutation. Look here. That's actually the Queen of Clubs in this pile. And then over here, this is the Queen of Clubs in this pile. And that, my friends, is Traveling Man, but also rethemed as Traveling Woman. So there we have it. Thank you for that request, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the claps. Alchemutation, E-Room, Charlie's Beats. Alchemutation wants to flip the table. Flip! Come on! I imagine you saying "come on, come on." So, we were talking about tonal language. Thank you, Kylie, for the claps, bow, and thank you for the flip table, E-room, 100%. So we were talking about tonal languages earlier, and so in Vietnamese, um, if you were to just hear how you would say "thank you," it sometimes sounds like you might spell it "come on," but it's pronounced "come ung," and so maybe Alchemutation's trying to say thank you to me when he said come on. He actually meant to say come ung and not come on. Look, he says 100%, right? Is that what you meant? Yeah. I know he sent that before I said that, but I'm just using it now. Yeah, that's it, says Alchemmutation. Alright. I've probably spoken more Vietnamese on this stream than any other stream. And I don't really speak Vietnamese. So, yeah, come on. Yeah, there you go. Chan knows what I'm talking about. Chan, are you half Vietnamese? Is that what you are? Okay, so now E-Room has the clear plastic cards redeem. I'm sorry, E-Room, 1 hour later. My apologies. But let's get it on. Okay, so first let's before I do a trick, let's show off the cards first. So we have it. Alchemmutation says, "Badumts." Thank you for that, sir. All right, so let's first show off the cards. This is a plastic deck of cards. These cards are made out of plastic, and they're clear in the diamond portion here, where you can kind of see behind it. And so all of the cards are like that. Let's show you some face cards. Let's show you some more number cards. Actually, you know what? While we're separating face cards and number cards, let's do a trick with these there. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Face cards and number cards. Okay, let's do one with these. All right. And they will last for 100,000 years, says Alchemmutation. Okay. So, first things first, we have 4 red face cards, 4 black spot cards. Hopefully, at a glance, you would not mix these up with these, hopefully. And so I'm going to leave these face down, the red face cards over here, and the black spot cards we're going to leave in my hand. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and interleave them. Now, the trick that I'm doing, you may have seen other magicians do, and they theme it as though they are oil and water. And some magicians will say things like, the black ink and the red ink, one of them is heavier than the other. And it's like, no. I just want to let you know, this is just a simulation. We're just using cards to simulate as though they are oil and water, but is not truly oil and water. And so, here, we've got red face card, black spot card, and so I'm going to intermix them down here. Okay, so black, red, and then we'll do it again. Black, red, black, red, black, red. So we just give that a second. I'll catch up on chat. No, I'm Khmer, but some of my mom's side family are Khmer Krom, which are ethnically Khmer people in Vietnam. Oh, okay, interesting. I know a couple phrases. All right, cool. All right. So now if we take a look at the bottom, that's a black spot card. But if I show you the top card, that's a red face card. Now, that was all the time that was needed for all of the red face cards to come up to the top. and all the black face cards have sunken down to the bottom. As I said, it is just a simulation. I can see from the applause that that is unimpressive. So therefore, we must do this again. Look, red face cards. Black spot cards. Rigged, says eRoom. Now, this is what we're going to do. Maybe last time you thought, he had all of the black cards sink down to the bottom because I started with a black card. And so perhaps, maybe to make it more impressive, we now must start with a red card. So now red, and then black. Cricket sound effect, says Chan. Okay. Red. Black. Here, we speed this up. Red, black, red, black. And now, if I just separate the cards, would you believe that they have separated? Now, if I show you the bottom card, it should be red from logic, right? Because we started with red. But if the tricks, physics of the simulation are consistent, it'll be black. So let me show you that the bottom card is indeed black. And the card that is floated up all the way up to the top is red. But now look, bottom, black, top, red. Don't believe him, says Alchumutation. Don't believe him. Bottom, black, top, red. And of course the bottom, black, top, red. Logic has no place here. Yep. I can see from the lack of applause that I must do this trick with the cards face up before eRoom is happy. Oh, thank you for the applause, eRoom. Thank you. So, here's what we're going to do. I will once again take these cards, and what we will do is I'm going to take one red face card and place it amongst the black spot cards, and take one black spot card and place it amongst the red face cards. And I'm going to close it. Stop clapping, says Alchumutation. Okay, alright. Hold on. Here. Remember earlier how I told you about the snap and it made cards jump from each pile to the other pile? Well, we're going to use it again. And right now, it might be a little bit tougher because the cards are a little bit clear, so you can kind of see through them. But look, watch. Here. Boom! Bao says, my brain's still trying to understand see-through cards. I know. See-through cards are tough to understand. But look, here, can you see the red face card in here? Because I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think you could. I don't think you can. And over here, look, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see a black spot card in there? No, because I kicked them back. So, all right. So here we have. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and place two black here, and over here we're gonna place two red here, and then I'm gonna place 2 red cards on top of 2 black cards, and 2 black cards on top of 2 red cards. And importantly, we're gonna do the snap again. Okay, watch. Ready? I don't know if you noticed, but look, try and find the black spot card amongst black spot cards amongst this, because look, that looks like a red face. And then over here, try and find the red face card amongst the black spot. Black spot. Right? Okay. All right. This is the only part that is going to be face down because so look, we're going to go ahead and do this. So I'm going to take 1 from each pile. And I'm going to take this black spot card and place it into the red. And I'm going to take this card and place it into the black spot cards. Like this. So here's the face down part. Same thing over here. And then we're going to go ahead and turn them face up and snap one more time like this. I don't know if you saw. I mean, because the cards are clear, you might be able to see a little bit of something. But look, we just swapped them. Because look. Red face card, red face card, red face card, red face card, red face card. All 4 of these are red face cards. And of course, over here, black spot card, black spot, black spot, black spot. All of these are black spot cards. And that, my friends, is the combination of all of the oil and waters that I know with clear plastic cards. Hopefully that was sufficient e-room for your clear plastic cards redeem. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. That really is the end now. So, oh man. Thank you so much for the request and the redeem e-room and for the raid earlier. Greatly appreciate it. Alchemutations says, stop clapping. Because obviously he wants to see how far I can escalate it, right? Well, that's how far I can escalate it, Craig. Urgh. Hold me back. Hold me back, chairs. Hold me back. let me at him. Yup. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-room, bow. Nice one, says E-room. Thank you for the hearts. You know what? Let me try one more thing with the clear cards. This is not going to look good, but I've exposed this trick on this channel many times before, so if I mess up, it's okay. Well done, man! While we have the clear plastic cards out. Okay, look, it's a 9 of spades, right? But look, all we need to do is just flick it, and then it becomes... That was probably unconvincing, because I had to... Alright, we'll try that one more time. Here we go. Red face card, black spot card. There we go. That one looked probably better. I gotta head to bed now, says Big Ducky Snow. I had a sweet time lurking and catching some of the action. Stay awesome, everybody. Really appreciate your company. May our paths cross again before long. Alright. Have a glorious night, Big Ducky Snow, a.k.a. Steven. Take care. Sleep well. We'll talk to you later. I'll see you around. Alright. So, yeah, there we have it. The clear oh yeah, so for anybody who wants to see the clear plastic cards anymore before we go, here's the fronts. Oh, somebody has clicked. Alright, there we go. Ricky Charms. Hey, what's up, crazy? How's it going, Ricky Charms? Nothing much. Doing a magic stream. Our usual Sleight of Hand Sunday magic stream. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. As I would say, out there. I talk English good. I'm Asian. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Let's see. Okay, next up we have a trick requested by Charlie's Beats, and we will use the aces because it is called Apex Aces, but also it is requested by Charlie's Beats, and so the signer of the Ace of Spades in the Twitch deck. Out there is perfectly English. I mean, if anybody looks at regular, like, modern day English and compares it to, like, middle or old English, the English is so drastically different that, like, basically anything that you can say is probably English. Like, okay. Alright. So for this oh, hold on, let me eat this heat map here. Delicious. Okay. So first things first, oh yeah, let me put Charlie's Beats on top. Charlie requested. Alright. There we go. Alright. So I've set aside the 4 aces. The 4 aces are going to be our helpers. I mean bounty hunters. That's actually what I like theming this trick as bounty hunters. So now we need 3 wanted criminals. So let me spread, and then if anybody's on desktop, you can click directly on the screen. Hold on, let me. I need a better spread there. Okay, go ahead and click directly on the screen. We will take the first 3 cards that are clicked, and if there aren't enough people, we'll get them out, and then we will have those people pick again. But for anybody who wants to, we have 1 right here. Okay, that takes care of that one. We have 1 right here, and then we'll need 1 more card selected, and then we've got 1 right. I think it. Hold on. Let me move my finger. That one. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, it does not matter that I know what these cards are, but importantly, they're all different. They're not the same. Some of them might be signed. But if anybody wants to write them down in chat or something, let's try and remember all of these. We have the 10 of diamonds, the Jack of diamonds. Man, if this is like the Queen of diamonds. Nope, okay. Aw, shucks. It would have been so good. 5 of spades. Okay, let me see if I can. I probably can't get us sweeping all of these heat maps here. Ready? Ah! That's going to look terrible, but whatever. Okay, so 10 of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, 5 of spades. Alright, cool. Okay, yep, 10 and J of D and a 5 S. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So, we're now going to lose them into the deck. So we're going to start with the 10. This one will be close to the what would be the bottom when I flip it back over. And so that's what we're doing there. Okay, now the Jack of diamonds, we're going to put that closer to the middle, like in the middle. And then we're going to have the 5 of spades, maybe closer to the bottom, like here. Well, the top, as we flip it over. And so there we have it. And then let's just give it 1 clean shuffle. And then a couple of clean cuts so you don't think I'm doing anything super shenanigansies. Okay, now, those are our 3 wanted criminals. The 10 and Jack of diamonds. They're siblings. The Jack of diamonds is the ringleader. The 10 of diamonds, his younger brother. The 5 of spades, their friend from childhood that got pulled into this. And now they're living a life of crime. We have no idea what motivated them, but they've become some of the best in town. But they've wreaked so much havoc on all the townsfolk. They must be stopped. So, we've got our bounty hunter, Charlie's Beats. He's assembled a crew, and they are all aces in their field. And they're going to try and capture these outlaws. I have no idea how I jumped into this, but you know what? We're too deep into the bit now, so we can't stop. Okay, E-Room's got the ace of diamonds right there. So, look, we've got ace of hearts, GipsonLens. If you guys didn't know, mod here. He's going to go ahead and try and find one of those outlaws. So if you can't tell, he's running all around town because now if I show you, he's not here. Not immediately visible. Next one, ace of clubs. By the way, nobody signed the ace of clubs. If anybody wants to sign a card, if somebody wants to do exclamation point sign card, about half of the deck, is still signable. So if you want to have your name on a card, you let me know. The scoundrel! So here we have the ace of clubs. Going to go ahead and search for the next card. The next outlaw. Thanks, E-Room. Yeah, so if anybody wants to support, you get to sign a card, and then also, if you request a trick, and I can use your card in the trick, I try to. Okay. Now, the ace of clubs has tried to find all those outlaws. And now if you take a look, they're not in the home office anymore. They're running around town to try and find all the outlaws. But communication goes dark. And so now you can't hear anything. And they have to send out the deputy. Here, the Ace of Diamonds. The Rusty Panda. Also a mod here. The Rusty Panda is going to go search. Searching for those outlaws. And here we have Charlie's beats. Charlie doesn't hear from anyone. So Charlie's got to go out and try and find all those wanted fellas and save his deputies. Alchemy says, I'm on card sign layaway. Thank you kindly, Alchemy. Alright, here we've got Charlie's beats, and he is going to go ahead and run into the deck. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you could tell, but now Charlie has run into the deck. Sorry, Charlie's run into town. He's running all around. You think he's in the home office, but you check. None of them are there. And you think maybe they're in the back of the pub, because that's where they meet. Nope, they're not there either. So, where are they? Well, the townsfolk create a search party, and the search party decide, hey, we gotta find the sheriff, Charlie's beats, and all of his deputies. And actually, as it turns out, they found him. They found him in the middle of a warehouse. In the middle of that warehouse, they found that everybody had found each other. Not only did they find each other, but tied up in the middle of that warehouse, there were 3 silhouettes tied to chairs. And if we take a look at who those silhouettes were, they were the 5 of spades, the brother, the 10 of diamonds, and of course the ringleader, the Jack of diamonds. And that, my friends, is Apex Aces, themed as Charlie's Beats bounty hunting our 3 wanted criminals. Hopefully with the epic voice. I think that was a really good epic voice run through, so thanks for the inspiration, guys. I don't know how I got into the Western, deep voice, but I think it worked really well. Alright, thank you kindly for the request, Charlie's Beats, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let's see. Alchemy, thank you so much for the bit. Greatly appreciate it. Alchemy, you did have a card signed from the last deck, right? And I think because you raided us so many times, I don't mind letting you sign a card because you are the #1 raider to this stream. So, Alchemy, if you would like to sign a card, let me know. We'll put your name on one. So when you request tricks here, I'm going to pull out the ones that are taken, but I think a bunch of them are still available. So let me know what you would like to sign, because I think the #1 raider to the stream deserves a card to be signed. So alright, these are the ones that are available. So I would say about half the deck, I think. Oh, is the 4 of spades available? Is it? Let me see. No, it's not. It is. That's been taken by checking the gaff meter. It's Bob's card? Oh, I'm sorry. We have the 4 of clubs open. But also, so the cards that are often used are like face cards, aces, If you want to give a card that doesn't get a lot of love, basically any of the high black spot cards. So like usually 9s and 10s of like clubs and spades are never taken. They're very unloved. Okay, what do you have there? The King of Spades. I think the King of Spades is taken too. Yep. Yeah, I think all the kings are taken. So yeah, one of these. KK. Yeah, these are open. I think you can see everything, right? No, you can't see like these ones. Right there. Okay. Alright. And let's see. That was Apex Aces. You know, I'm probably going to have to do I think I should do a Wild West theme trip. Ace of Clubs, says Alchemute. E-Room! E-Room, thank you so much for the gifts, sub. E-Room, have you signed a card? In this deck? I don't think you've signed a card in this deck, right? E-Room, did you know with a gift sub, you get to sign a card as well? Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the... Oh, guys, I don't know if you know. Alright, I remember that Craig's got the Ace of Clubs, and then E-Room, you're going to get to sign a card from one of these. But in the interim, if you guys didn't know, during a hype train, we have to try and do as many tricks as fast as possible. And so, my current default to go first, you may have seen this before, and if you guys didn't know, this is Expanse. It's a GipsonLens original. First of all, we need card selected. Here's a selected card. Doesn't matter that I know what it is, mostly because, yeah, we gotta go fast. Alright, here we go. 8 of Spades. Now, 8 of Spades. Look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the 8 of Spades, place it in the middle of the deck, and I'm going to press it into the middle of the deck. Now, if I snap, that's going to bring the 8 of Spades back up to the top. Ta-da! Look, there it is. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Again, we just got the power. We don't want to waste it. I'm going to go ahead and place it in the middle of the deck like this. We're going to push it in. Bow! Thank you so much for the gift sub to E-Room. Bow, after this, you're going to get a card to sign as well. So, keep that in mind while we do some more tricks. That's not your card because we didn't snap yet because it's the 8 of Spades. But now we need to snap, and look, it's going to bring the 8 of Spades back up to the top of the deck. Oh, that's crazy, right? Okay, so sometimes people believe that magicians do some sneaky things. Now, luckily, the 8 of Spades happens to be signed already by our friend ZD Major 7, so you know that's the same one, and I didn't swap it out or anything. But look, I'm going to go ahead and grab it and take it and place it in the middle of the packet. This packet. Grab this whole packet, place it in the middle of this packet. And if I show you the top card, it's some people think the magicians will hide the card on the top. Some people think the magicians hide the card on the bottom. That's not the case. But look, if I snap my fingers, that's going to bring it from the middle up to the top of the deck. I know, no, that's not it. I didn't snap hard enough. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. See, look, there it is. There it is. Okay, so here's our selection, and what we're going to do is, so here we have the whole deck, and I'm going to place it into the middle of the deck, like, you know, let's say here, this. Okay, cool. We're going to place that in there, and then we're going to give it a quick couple of shuffles. Now, here's the thing with the crazy thing about shuffling cards. Sometimes people think you shuffle cards and it doesn't really get mixed up, but we're truly gonna get it mixed up this time. Because look, sorry, I have to cough. I'm gonna turn half the cards face up, keep half the cards face down, and we're gonna shuffle them face up and face down. I know, it sounds like a nightmare, and to be fair, it is. But that's okay. Yeah, all in the line of magic! Okay, so now we're going to push those together, and this is how mangled it's going to get. Okay, so, look, if I show you, we've got a bunch of cards here, there's some cards that are face up, some cards that are face down, and, you know, just from, like, one perspective here, we've got a front to a back, we have a back to a front, we have a back to a back, and, yeah, so, but here's the thing, all we need to do is snap, and that's going to fix all of the cards, believe it or not. All of the cards have been corrected. They're now facing the same direction. All the cards except for one. What is that card? That card is the, well, if you guys had guessed the selection, the 8 of Spades. Alright, this is a good time. Now I have all the cards face up. I'm going to find all the 8s. All of the 8s will be pretty helpful to do a trick with all the 8s. Okay, so here we have all the 8s. Alright, and now we're going to be doing something interesting with the 8s. So, what I have here is the 4 8s. And what I want to do is I want to turn all the 8s face up, but only one card at a time. Now, importantly, if I were to do it like this is not magical. I literally just turn a card over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the packet, give it a magical twist. That magical twist is going to turn up the 8 of hearts. I know, there it is. Okay, but look, I'm going to hold it back. Don't break your gaze. I'm going to give it a magical twist. The 8 of hearts will turn itself face down, and the ace of clubs will turn itself face up. Because here. Whoa, look at that. 8 of clubs. Now, thank you kindly for the bits. I'm going to hold the packet, give it another magical twist. That magical twist will turn up the 8 of diamonds. There we have it. Thank you kindly for the bits, Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the gift sub e-room to Happy Nightmares. I will wait for at least the emotes to clear a little bit. Okay, cool. Look, now I'm going to go ahead and show you all the cards are... Oh, no, there's the... Oh, yeah, that's right. Here we are. The 8 of diamonds is now face up. We do need to hit up one more, the 8 of spades. But I swear the 8 of spades is probably tired from the trick, because like if I show you all the cards face down, but even if I give it one magical twist, all the cards are still face down. Okay, now all the sound alerts are going to trigger. Thank you, Kylie, for all the subs, all the bits, and the things. Oh my god, thank you so much for all the support, everybody. But look, now I'm going to hold the packet and give it a magical twist. Again, some people are like, whoa, you've just given it 3 cumulative magical twists. But look, so we're still in the hype train, so I still have to go for another 4 minutes. And look, they're all still face down. But if I just go ahead and hold my hand like this and I snap, that was enough magic. Actually, all those bits and all those subs, enough magic to make the 8 of spades turn face up because, there it is, one finger. Now, we have the 4 8s, and the 4 8s are going to be our helpers this time. And so let's go ahead and place the 4 8s off to the side over here. Right, I think, do I need these in a certain order? You know what, I'm going to introduce them to you. We have the 8 of clubs, we have the 8 of diamonds, 8 of spades, and the 8 of hearts. We'll place those off to the side. We need a card selected, but it could be kind of face up. If you were here, I would say stop somewhere. Say stop. Okay, there we go. Maybe not the Joker. Okay, here we go. Alright, say stop. Okay, there we have it. The 10 of spades. So the 10 of spades will be our selection. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place the 10 of spades right here. And we're going to now use the 8s to help us. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn the 8s face down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wave my hand over these 8s. And we'll go 1, 2, and 3. Actually, all of those 4 have turned into one card. And if I show you this one card, if we spread, that one card has turned into 4 cards. And actually, this one card, believe it or not, was, what was our selection? 10 of spades, right? Because look, 10 of spades. And then if I show you over here, how did they get there? These are our 4 helpers. The 4 8s. There are 4 8s. Okay, all right, let's see. What else can we do? Okay, all right, hold on. Maybe I can find a thing. Let me find a thing. Let me go ahead and okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and find a card. Let's find a card. Let's say this one. Doesn't matter that I know what it is, but only because we're trying to go fast. Okay, so here we have the 6 of clubs. So I'm going to go ahead and place the 6 of clubs face down into the deck like this. And then importantly, what we're going to do is just do a 1, 2, 3, and that's going to go ahead and snap, make everything flip around the 6. Because look, if I spread the deck, everything's facing in the same direction except for one card. And that one card is our new selection, the 6 of clubs. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. If I'm going to go ahead and place the 6 of clubs somewhere into the middle of the deck, like this. And then what's going to happen is if I wanted to force somebody to pick the 6 of clubs, it's going to feel very natural. Because this is more of a demonstration than an actual trick. But if I go ahead and I spread, and they can touch the back of any card. Let's say they touch the back of this one. They can change their mind if they want to touch the back of this one or that one. Let's say they change their mind to that one, right? I can force them to pick the 6 of clubs. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Now, you would think that now once I place it on top of the packet that that we've lost it, and believe it or not, I can still figure out where the 6 of clubs is amongst the deck, even with a shuffle like this. And let's say I wanted to cut directly to the 6 of clubs, right? Right here. 6 of clubs. And not all these are 6 of clubs. I know that it's unsigned, and so thank you so much for that support, everybody. I think that's the end of the hype train. I can slow down. Whew. And then we should properly thank everybody. And then also, I know I owe some people signings of cards, so we'll do those. All right. Before we come back to this, let's thank everybody. So, guys, thank you so much for all that support. Let's just recap and go through everybody again. Let's see. All right. Thank you kindly for the gift sub from Bao. Thank you for the resub from Charlie's Beats. Thank you for the other gift sub from Bao. Thank you for the gift sub from eRoom. Thank you for the bits from Alchemmutation. And thank you for the bits from Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you so much for the gigantic emote, GipsonLens. All right, cool. So, thank you so much for all that support. That was super fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the hype train magic, going as fast as possible, doing as many tricks during the hype train. And of course, let's see. We've got Charlie's Beats already signed the Ace of Spades. We know that Alchemmutation wants to sign the Ace of Clubs. So we'll do that. And then let me pull out the other open cards for... So eRoom and Bao, if you would like to sign a card, please select from one of these cards to sign, and we will sign it. And then if you guys come back and request a trick, we will try and use your card if possible. Okay, so here are the open cards. And then we have Alchemmutation going to be on the Ace of Clubs. Alright, so let me know, eRoom and Bao, what card you would like to sign, and we will sign it. And then, of course, if you're in here enough, we end up making stories about you like we did with Charlie's Beats. So, because Charlie's Beats requests stuff all the time, and he's on the Ace of Spades, and a lot of tricks use the Ace anyway, so it's like, it's perfect. Okay, alright, here we go. I don't want to misspell, even though I'm pretty sure I know how to spell Alchemmutation, but... Chem. Ooh. Tay. Shun. Alchemmutation. Ace of Clubs. Thank you so much for your continued support of raiding in here, being the #1 raider into the stream. Alright, next up, let's see. Bao says 4 of hearts for me. I think I see that one, unless eRoom wants it. Let's see. Yep, 4 of hearts is open. eRoom, do you want to supersede Bao, or do you want to choose one of your own and then let Bao have this one? eRoom, if you want to have a unique one, the 2 jokers are still open, and that's usually a funny one to get signed. Usually very noticeable, and I do use the jokers in a couple of tricks separately. So your call, or if you just want a regular card, that's fine too. These are also all available. But we'll put, assuming Bao gets this one, Bao, Bun, Ba, Bo. I'll put the whole thing. Bao can have the 4 of hearts. Okay, great. So I'll go ahead and put Bao, Bun, Ba, Bo here. Okay, and I'm going to have to be very careful with this. I don't want to mess this up. I almost messed up somebody else's name once. Bao, Bun, B-A-H, Ba. And Bo. All right. Bao, Bun, Ba, Bo. That's almost like a tongue twister if you say it a lot. And then E-Room is the, let's see. E-Room, do you have a selection for signing? Or is that 3 hearts indicating that you want to sign the 3 of hearts? Let me know if that's what you mean, or you're just saying love to the thanks, which may make more sense. And then next we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Okay, yep. Also, for just for everybody, I'm thinking about probably closing up stream in about 20 minutes or so. Crazy Agent, thank you. No, Bao, thank you for the gift sub. I greatly appreciate it. So this is my thanks to you. If if you come back and you want to enjoy magic tricks, you are welcome to come back. But thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so while E-Room is strange as it is both lols. Lol 3 hearts was for Bao. Oh, gonna pick 3 hearts. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, E-Room is gonna select 3 of hearts. Okay. All right, lol 3 hearts was okay. I was gonna pick 3 hearts. Oh, okay, got it. All right. Cool. All right, 3 hearts. All right. So E-Room Kim. So in my mind when I pronounce it, I usually forget the E after the M. So I'm like, okay, I gotta remember the E this time. So okay, here we go. E room. Okay, and now this is the part. No, we're gonna put the whole thing. I'll call you E-Room, but like we're gonna put your whole name so that if it comes up, people can follow you on Twitch. E-Room Kim. There we go. I didn't mess that up. Yay! Okay, so here, I think, there we go. Excellent. Thank you so much for all the support, everybody. Okay, let's see. Everyone knows me, lol. Yeah, everybody does know you. Okay, so, you know what? Before we do Charlie's request, because oftentimes I will sometimes use that trick as a closer, I think I'm going to actually close with that tonight. So in the interim, I'm going to add a couple of tricks. Let me add one that I've been trying to do basically every stream, but we can also use these 4 cards, even though the magic's not really going to happen with the 4 cards. We're going to be coin matrix. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do coin matrix. On my other sub, can you write Happy Nightmare and use 2 hearts? Or is it 1 only? So what I've normally been doing, but yeah, I try and have people who are usually here and support, but because I know you, E-Room, we can, and I know that Happy Nightmare has also actually been here before. So Yeah, that's fine. I can't have you be on 2 cards, so I can't write E-Room, but I can write Happy Nightmares, because I'm pretty sure Happy Nightmares is not signed anything else. So yeah. So let's go Happy Nightmares here. Uh, wait, for your, no, wait, yeah, actually, no, wait, I gave her a gift a few minutes ago. She was here in chat, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Happy Nightmares. We can do that. Thank you so much for the support. Okay. Oh wow, thank you for the gift sub, E-Room. All right. Happy Nightmares. Thank you. All right, here we go. Happy Nightmares. Night spelled like night. I'm gonna line break it. Nightmares. Okay. Yeah, I think if I didn't line break it, I might have not had room. There we go. Happy Nightmares. There we go. Okay. All right. So, where was I? I just put a trick in the queue. We're going to do that one. It's going to require 4 coins. Ha, this is perfect. I was lurking and didn't notice I could. All right, here we go. So, we have 4 coins. I'm going to be using the cards to cover each coin. And we're going to try and make the coins teleport from corner to corner. All right. And so this is going to happen pretty quick. So don't close your eyes. Because look, make this jump over there. That's 1. Make this one jump up there. There's 2. Make this last one 3. And that, my friends, is the coin matrix. And if you were here, you can check out the coins yourself. And the card yourself. Alright. There we go. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Alright. Let's do a last call. So if anybody wants to see any more magic, I'm going to be using Charlie's Beats request as my finale today. So if anybody wants any other tricks, feel free to request. Yeah, this is the last call. And if anybody wants to see more of me and I'm not around, check out my YouTube. Oh, and Chan's got my other one that I usually like to close with, so we're doing 2 closers today. All right. I'll do Picasso Aces first, and then we will still use Imagine as the finale because I said we would. Okay. I did get a chance to perform Picasso Aces in real life. Not this weekend, but last weekend. So that was a treat. Okay. Let's see, what am I doing? Oh yeah, let me grab these. Let me grab that. Okay. All right, Picasso Aces. Here we go. First things first, I have a packet of cards in my hand. These are aces, but these aces, and I'm going to show you the backs of these cards. These are blue backed. These aces are actually red backed. They're from a different deck, so I don't want you to believe that they're from this deck. So Ace of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. Now with these 4 aces, what we want to do is we're going to place them all separately into 4 different positions. And we're going to try and magically get them to all collect together by the end of the trick. So And we'll leave the ace of spades up here because oftentimes when we have a trick like this where we try and collect all the aces together, the ace of spades is the leader ace, and so we collect them all together. And next I'm going to be placing 3 cards onto each pile. And we're going to use these cards to try and help collecting all of the aces together. So now, hands empty, I'm going to square them up like this. Okay, so here's that first ace. You can kind of see it right there. But look, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and swap it, not literally, just spiritually, between this pile and that pile. Because look, now if you take a look, none of these have a red back, and none of these are aces. So before we only had 1 red ace, but look, if I show you now, there's actually 1, 2 red aces. Okay. So now we have that ace right here, and all I have to do is do that swap. And now I've swapped it from here to there. Because now if I show you, Radio in the Woods, welcome back. How's it? Oh, hello, first time here. This is fascinating. Oh yeah, that's right. I saw you in somebody else's chat, but welcome in. How's it going? We're in the middle of a trick, and we are slowly making all of the red-backed aces collect in the same place. And so here we go. Look, all of these cards are now blue-backed cards. And if I show you, none of these are aces. But now, if you take a look, that would mean that there's 3 red-backed aces in this pile, right? So if I show you, look. Is that interesting? Super interesting, right? Okay, now, to that end, let me just tell you that if you're thinking there are shenanigans afoot, you're watching a sleight of hand magic stream, so yeah, of course there's shenanigans. But look, you can see this red-backed ace of diamonds until the very last moment, because look, if I place it here, you'll be able to tell from the back that it's right there, because you can see it's red. You can see it from the front, because you can still see the ace of diamonds right there, right? But look, all I have to do is do that figurative swap. And now, if I show you, all 4 of these cards have blue backs, and then if I show you all their faces, none of them are aces. And if I show you in this pile, all these cards are red-backed. 1, 2, 3, 4, because they are all ace of diamonds, ace of spades, ace of clubs, and ace of hearts. And that, my friends, is Picasso aces. One of my favorite tricks. Oftentimes I like to use as a closer. I think I used it as a closer last time, so that's why I was like, alright, we'll switch it up. So we'll use the other trick as a closer this time. Thanks for clicking that, Chan. Let me look at chat. Alright, Radio in the Woods, welcome in. How's it going? That's right, I saw you in another chat. Welcome in for the first time. You kind of caught us at the end of the stream, but just to introduce myself to anybody who's new here, also to Radio in the Woods. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this really weird way. Actually, here, I can turn on the thing. Spelled this way. Crazy Asian. I like to do sleight of hand card magic on stream, and that's basically what I do. I've co-opted a Song to allow people to request tricks, so you can use it the same way as you would, except that a lot of people don't know what the trick names are, so you can do a random request. Yeah, we're at near the end. I've done last call, but if there's something that you want to see, what? Radio in the Woods. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much. Thank you kindly. So yeah, I don't know if you know Radio in the Woods, but when you sub here, you get to sign a card. So Radio in the Woods. So, yeah, let me pull out a bunch of cards that you can sign. We try and only have one person on each card, but you can sign. Let me see here. You can sign one of these cards, and then if you come back, and you request a trick, if I can use your card, I will try and use your card for the trick. So, Radio in the Woods, please select one of these cards. You can either tell me in chat, or if you're on desktop, you can click directly on screen, and it will indicate with a marker, and we can do that as well. So that's one way we have some interactivity on the stream. So, but anyway, so while Radio in the Woods is selecting a card, and you know what? Let me just pick a random trick for using Radio Woods' card in a trick before we close out here. Let me do... Actually, I'll just put Magician's Choice and I'll figure it out. I don't know what I want to do yet. It partially depends on which card Radio in the Woods selects. So Radio in the Woods, if you would like to select a card, let's go ahead and we'll sign that. Radio in the Woods, and then let's see. Oh yeah, while we're waiting for Radio in the Woods, this is probably a good time to tell everybody, thank you so much for everybody to coming out today and hanging out with me. For all the fathers who are out there, happy Father's Day. Hopefully everybody enjoyed time with their family. And thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream today. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. Thank you to eRoom for the raid. Actually, for the raid during the pre-Magic show. So while I was playing a game, and game streams are very infrequent for me. So, but thank you to everybody who requested a trick, chose a card, clicked on the heat map, gave me a suit. Without you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. Thank you so much to all the lurkers out there, because if I was just here by myself, I would just be fiddling with cards. There's no magic happening, because the magic has to happen in your mind. And then also, if you would like, let me see here. Oh yeah, and I just want to disclaim, if anybody was suspicious that I practiced black magic or sorcery or signed any deals with the devil, everything that you saw on stream is sleight of hand magic, which you too could achieve, and if I had real magic, I would claim that anyway. Also, shameless plug, if you want to see more of me, check out my YouTube. I have almost 300 magic videos on YouTube. All of my VODs that fall off retention, I end up putting over there. They used to be public. Now I'm going to make them unlisted, but there's a public playlist that has all of the VODs, so you can just search for Twitch VODs, or no, Twitch magic streams, and all of the VODs will be there. So, also, if you want to find more magicians on Twitch that have a regular magic schedule, follow that link that Chan just put up. Magic Twitch, there are 4 of us that we know of. So there's me, there's Chan, there's InfoXZar, and then there's Hallowthorn. I love magic with Dark Candle. How? Okay, hey, Radio in the Woods, please select one of these cards. I would love for you to sign a card to thank you for the sub. So, if you could select one of these cards, that would be great, and we will sign that card for you. 6 of diamonds. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. So Radio in the Woods, but Woods is 00. Okay, so we'll do that. And then I'll try and do a trick with this one, and then we will do Imagine as the closer. So, all right, here we go. But thank you so much for the support. Radio in the Woods just coming in and then dropping a sub immediately. How can I not appreciate that? Radio in the, and then I have to fit Woods with zeros. Okay. Woods. Okay, that's a tight fit, but we got it. All right, Radio in the Woods. Okay. There we have it. Thank you so much for the support, Radio in the Woods. Excellent. All right, so now let's try and figure out something quick to do with Radio in the Woods here. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, we have a thing where if you support the stream, you get to sign a card. And honestly, if you come back often, we'll use your card all the time. So if you request a trick. All right, let's use... let's see. I'm going to use all the queens here. Okay. All right, so here we have the 4 queens and Radio in the Woods. And what I'm going to do is let's try... Here we go, Radio in the Woods. Let's try and place Radio in the Woods over here. But these are where all the good, cool streamers are. And so here's all the cool streamers, right? And so here's the thing. Radio in the Woods wants to jump over here to where all the cool streamers are. And so here we go, 1, 2, 3. And actually Radio in the Woods jumps over here. But actually, as it turns out, those streamers actually happen to be... bots, and so when Radio in the Woods gets over here, whoa, bang, says Ams Andrew. There's actually no other streamers over here, and actually where Radio in the Woods was, that's actually where all the real accounts were, and so there's all the actual accounts. So what, says Radio in the Woods? Yes, I know, that's strange, right? Now here's the thing, we can do something else here. Radio in the Woods, we're gonna leave you right there. We're gonna turn all the queens facing in the opposite direction, and here's what we're gonna do. Look, here's some red queens, here's a black queen, and then here's the other black queen, and we'll place Radio in the Woods right there just for a second. Now look, if I go ahead and I place the 2 black queens over here, I'm going to grab Radio in the Woods, place it with the red queens, and let's see. Look, all I have to do is close my hands over here, and actually, if I show you, there's no card in my hand. I mean, it doesn't appear like there's a card in my hand, but there really is. I put Radio in the Woods here in this hand, because if I show you, there's actually only 2 cards over here now. They're actually the red queens. So wait, where's Radio in the Woods? Right over here. Is that strange? I know, that's super fast. You probably didn't follow that. That's okay. Here, we're going to do it again. We'll do it a different way. So here's Radio in the Woods. Radio in the Woods says, what? There's a lot of exclamation points there. Hopefully I got the correct. But look, okay, here. We'll do it again. Here's red queen, red queen. Actually, last time we turned the black queen's face down, but we'll leave the black queen's face up this time. And then here's Radio in the Woods. So let's see. Last time we didn't place Radio in the Woods, but actually this time let's place Radio in the Woods deliberately in between the 2 black queens. Okay, and now those 2 red queens, let's go ahead and smash them. I don't know if you could tell, but the 2 red queens have summoned Radio in the Woods, because now, as you can see, there's only 1 card over here. It's actually Radio in the Woods. You're probably wondering where the other 2 queens are, because there's actually only 1 card here in between the 2 black queens. Well, here's the thing. If you just hold this card by its edges and you just pull, like really hard, there's actually 2 cards here. It's not just 1, it's 2. And here's the 2 red queens. That's it! I'm going to light the dark candle of dark polka goths. All right, Radio in the Woods. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That was a quick impromptu magician's choice of some tricks for you. That was super crazy Asian. Thank you so much. Radio Woods, thanks for coming in, and thanks for subbing. Like that's I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty baller of you, just coming in, first time chat, sub, boom. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Okay, and so we're gonna wrap up stream, and then we'll find somebody to raid. Our last trick is, and I know Charlie's Beast has been waiting for a while because requested a while ago, but as I said, I wanted to use this as my finale. Okay, well, oh yeah, and I didn't finish the announcements either. So, all those announcements, okay, awesome. Did the disclaimer, thanked everybody, thanked the lurkers, thanks eRoom for the raid. Thank you to our mods. Guys, if you're not following all of our mods, give our mods a follow. I don't think we saw the Rusty Panda here tonight, but is a mod here. Guys, if you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, please give GipsonLens a follow. GipsonLens pianist, plays a lot of awesome music. has lately been doing a lot of improvisation, and I just enjoy relaxing to that. But also has composed a lot of his own originals. If you like the Hype Train music, that is actually an original by Bert, aka GipsonLens. So please give him a follow. Then also, if you're not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man, which Chan, thank you so much for helping out a lot tonight. So greatly appreciate it. Give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan is also a magician on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. He does Magic Mondays, so be sure to catch him tomorrow. And other times, if you catch Chan streaming, he's doing other things like games, community days, so all sorts of things. So definitely give everybody a follow. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, if anybody checks out my YouTube, I'm making changes slowly, but just the long and short of it is I have a ton of magic tricks. It's going to be easy to find the magic tricks. The streams will still be there and publicly available, just harder to find, so just look in there. But yeah, but honestly, if you end up having a sub here on Twitch, it's easier if you watch the VOD on Twitch, because then you can see the chat, you'll still have context of everything, and you won't be bothered by ads, I guess. So, unless you have YouTube Premium, in which case, whatever works for you. Okay, alright, so now we have the last trick, and then we're going to find somebody to raid. I normally like to raid out to a Twitch music friend because, well, first of all, there's not that many magicians, and then musicians, they're basically performance art, we're performance art, that's like the next closest thing. I have raided out to some other people in the past, but most of the people I end up raiding are music friends. So, alright, cool, so now let's do this last trick. Imagine, so I want everybody in chat to use your imagination, because you're going to be imagining a few things. So, I have a bunch of cards in my hand, and honestly, I want you to imagine that I have a bunch of cards in my hand. I want you to imagine that I have a bunch of jokers in my hand. So yeah, 1, 2. Actually, I want you to imagine that I have a queen of clubs in my hand as well. They're not all jokers. There's a queen of clubs there. But just imagine. Now, I just wanted to show you that the queen of clubs is red-backed and all the jokers are blue-backed. But here's something interesting that I want to do. I want to... I'm going to show you that I'm going to take that red-backed queen of clubs. I'm going to place it underneath the table like this. And I'm going to toss it. I actually threw it through the table, and it came back into my hand. I know, it's super hard to believe, but look. Here it is. Right there. So that's strange, that's super strange, right? The queen of clubs is back here. Now look, I'm going to do it a second time. I'm going to take the queen of clubs, place it underneath the table, and throw it. I just threw it. It went through the table, through the mat, back into my hand. I know, it's super hard to believe, but look. I know, that's super strange. And you know what? You're probably getting fed up. I can do it one more time. Look, look, look. One more time. Through the table, through the mat, nothing in my hand. It comes back into my hand. And look. I know, that's super strange, right? Oops. So, here's the thing. I did tell you to imagine that I had a queen of clubs, right? So, if I show you this card now, it's actually not here because, look. You have an extra arm. I get it now. Yeah, of course. No, look, but it was just part of your imagination, right? There's no queen of clubs here. It's actually not here. But actually, not only that, I also told you that you were imagining the jokers too, right? Because look, if I show you these cards are also blank. There's no jokers here. It was all part of your imagination. You imagined it, right? You imagined it. So there we have it. And that, my friends, is Imagine, a.k.a. Chop Chop. But there you go. And that, I would say, is a successful finale for tonight. So, Radio in the Wood says, what? With 4 or 5 exclamation points. I love this so much. Thank you so much for the compliment, Radio in the Woods. I imagined Garbage Pail Kids images. You know, if I could get stickers of Garbage Pail Kids, I could do a magic trick. Actually, I think, was it last stream or 2 streams ago? I did magic trick with Spy X Family anime because I had stickers from Spy X Family anime, and I did that for a viewer, actually a fellow streamer friend. But I had the stickers, so we were able to create them, and then I did the trick on stream. So it's super awesome. All right. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps. Bow, E-Room, Chan the Magic Man, Radio in the Woods, Charlie's Beats. Chances better than the original by John Lennon. I mean, look, it wasn't me. It was a couple of other magicians that came up with all the tricks. All right. And that, my friends, will conclude the stream for today. Let's go find somebody to raid. Once again, thank you so much to everybody coming out tonight. I greatly appreciate it. And I had a lot of fun tonight. And hopefully you guys did too. Once again, my usual schedule is I try and do Sleight of Hand Sundays, Sunday nights, and late, I know, but it's the only time that works for me, so. Oh, Radio in the Woods, so glad I came in, thank you. Oh, Radio in the Woods, I'm so happy you came in as well. E-Room, thanks for the applause. All right, let me consult my spreadsheet, because I need to know whom I have rated recently and not recently. And, yeah, if it's not surprising, I have a stream spreadsheet. I'm slowly augmenting it, actually, to have more stats for YouTube and Twitch. So, who is available to raid today? Let's see. Okay, when was the last time we raided this person? This is always the hardest part, right? Finding somebody to raid. Let's see. We have not raided this person for... Okay, I guess we did raid them kind of semi-recently. How about this other person? Also semi-recently. Okay. You know what? Wait, hold on. I've never raided this person. Hold on. Or I don't think... Wait, let me double check. I've never raided this person. And we should go raid them. But he's ending soon, so you'd have to hurry up. Oh, you know! You know! All right, okay. Yes, I'm going to hurry up. We're going to raid right now. Okay, guys, we're going to raid Lion Might. And Lion Might has recently changed names from String Player Gamer. So, let's go. GipsonLens, you knew! All right, that's okay. We know that Bert knows everybody I'm going to raid. So, all right, guys, if you want to follow along with the raid, please copy a raid call. And we're going to head over there. Guys, we are huge fans of VGM, a String Player Gamer, plays violin and has tons of covers, and you probably may know him already if you're on the YouTubeverse as String Player Gamer. Also used to be known as String Player Gamer here, but has recently changed his Twitch name to Lion Might. And so, let's everybody go over there. So everybody take care of yourselves, have a glorious night, remember to hydrate, remember to stretch, and take care of yourselves. We'll see you around. We'll see you next time. Bye.